Do Warner Brothers hate their fans? Obviously, this is a very exaggerated statement, and the topic that I really want to talk about is more along the lines of do Warner Brothers not really care about a lot of their DC fans, but that's pretty long for a title, at least compared to the title that I have. This is something that I've been thinking about ever since the Snyder Cut, ever since the allegations against the people at Warner Brothers, and now I feel like it's time to talk about it. So here are some of my thoughts, some examples that I have to think about this whole issue surrounding Warner Brothers and sort of their treatment of DC fans, more specifically the whole Snyderverse stuff.
To show you what I mean, I'm going to be comparing this to Marvel Studios' response to fans. First of all, let's take a look at the Zemo cut, which is an extended version of a very short dance scene involving Zemo from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It was released only a few weeks after the episode came out, after many fans were asking for it. Compare this to the Snyder Cut, which took 4 years to happen. The difference here is that while yes, the Snyder Cut is an entirely new cut of a movie, Warner Bros. Can at least make money off of it. And don't tell me they care more about money than the quality of their movies. I mean, if that were the case, Suicide Squad, the theatrical version of Justice League, and Wonder Woman 84 wouldn't have come out. Those are terrible. Even then, the entire movie somehow leaked early, it received barely any promotion, and it was announced that they would not continue this universe, even though it was successful. I mean, even the people who don't like the Snyder DC movies, even people who don't like Zack Snyder's Justice League, can at least say that it's better than the theatrical version. It's as if their pride and ego is getting in the way of what fans want. They're making many movies set in different universes anyway, so why not make money off of the versions of the characters that people seem to like? Is it just so they don't have to admit the versions of the movies that they are mostly responsible for have been worse, such as the theatrical cut of Justice League compared to the, director's cut? I don't understand. Just continuing, in my opinion, can only benefit them, or at least it won't hurt them. Again, let's go back to see what Marvel Studios are doing. They recently released a video highlighting their upcoming projects and showing appreciation for their fans. It included new footage of movies and release dates as well as updated logos. The funny thing is, that came out after the video announcing Justice League in 4K, but not the Snyder Cut, no, the theatrical version that everybody hates. Even people who don't like the Snyder Cut, at least they can admit that the theatrical version is worse. Some reason, they're like, hey, you can get it on 4K. And as you can see, the like to dislike ratio is pretty bad. But I guess Marvel Studios saw this, or maybe, they already had this planned, but shortly after this abysmal announcement was released, Marvel comes in and is like, hey, fans, here you go. And look, I'm not even trying to, say that, I'm a Marvel fanboy or anything, but just what's going on with Warner Bros? I don't get it. Finally, the last example of a lack of care is the new announcement of a new Superman movie. Now, before anybody takes this the wrong way, no, there's nothing wrong with having a Superman movie with a black man playing Superman. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with that. The race of Superman has nothing to do with his character. Yeah, it would be like if you made Peter Parker black when Miles Morales exists. Sort of the same thing with making, taking the Superman that everybody knows and making him black. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm trying to make clear here. What is wrong, though, is that despite the fact that they claim this is a multiverse, is that they're assumedly getting rid of Henry Cavill as Superman, who even people who don't like the Snyder universe, I mean, I've never heard anything bad about Henry Cavill as Superman. In my opinion, he embodies the Superman role. I don't care if they're going to make a new Superman movie in a new universe, but it seems like they're doing this as well as getting rid of the Superman that we already know, as well as just the actor that everybody likes, it seems. A lot of people criticize this version of the DCEU version of Superman for being too dark, too brooding, but as for the actual actor, I haven't heard a single bad thing about him ever. I think it's definitely just a sort of, tone deaf response. He's like, let's just get rid of the actor who clearly likes the role, clearly wants to continue, and that everybody wants to continue. Couple this with the fact that, all the allegations that Ray Fisher is making against some of the people that are higher up in Warner Brothers, including trying to just shorten his role in everything, not give him the pay. For example, the Flash movie, before, when he was still involved with that, going to reprise his role as Cyborg, Warner Brothers tried to, play his role, play it down to sort of just being a cameo so they wouldn't have to pay him as much. It just almost seems like this is being done purely in response to the things that are facing them. And I don't know. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. I just think that, having this at the expense of the other version of Superman, seemingly just to respond to the issues, the allegations that are against them, it's not a good look for them. And it just keeps getting worse for Warner Brothers in regards to DC fans and people like that.
But yeah, those are some of my thoughts on the whole Warner Brothers hating the DC fans thing. Obviously, an exaggerated statement, but you get my idea. So maybe you have similar opinions and thoughts and things you want to say. Maybe you don't. If you do, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe. Do you want me to put a green screen subscribe thing here? I'm not going to do that because it's annoying. But yeah, that's what I have to think about the whole Warner Brothers and DC thing. So, will this issue be resolved? Probably not. It'll more likely be something that people forget about in a few years. But hopefully that's not the case because there's, clearly a lot of issues at the higher up stuff. But that's all I have to say. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.